Right now, some Prairie police are searching for 3 masked men involved in what they're calling a targeted shooting.
And the city of Madison will officially welcome its new mayor into office today. We'll hear from outgoing Mayor Paul Soglin on his plans for the future.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody, and thanks for joining us on this Tuesday, April 16th. We are all bringing a little bit of sunshine today because we woke up with some raindrops, huh?
Yeah, we need the sunshine.
Yeah.
Yesterday was beautiful.
It was.
Today, not quite as bright, although there is the chance for a little bit of sunshine later on. But we're definitely talking rain this morning. Here's a look outside. A lot of clouds in the area early today, but no raindrops on the camera lens right now at the Edgewater. Here's a look at our Doppler track. Some showers moving from west to east across the region, gradually lifting to the north and diminishing this morning. So the rain isn't going to last too long. If you haven't been outside yet, it is quite a bit warmer than it was this time yesterday. You may remember we were down in the low 20s right now yesterday at this time. Today we're in the 40s, pretty close to 50 degrees in some locations, so a much milder start. Temperatures will climb from here. We're headed to highs in the mid-60s. Again, rain chances mainly early, then just variably cloudy through the afternoon. Keep in mind that the roads may be a little wet this morning. There is an accident to tell you about near Janesville. Highway 11 westbound is blocked, both lanes between County Road G and Highway 51, so you'll have to find a different route if your commute takes you in that direction. Otherwise, here in Madison, no issues to report right now.
Yeah, we're keeping an eye on that Janesville crash. Sounds like it's a car versus a semi, and there were injuries reported, so might want to find a different way to work
Could be blocked
today.
for a while.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Hattie.
You're welcome.
To our other top story this morning, in Sun Prairie. That's where police are looking for 3 masked men who shot a man last night. Madeline O'Neill joins us live with the latest this morning. Hi, Maddie.
Good morning. Officials say a 45-year-old man who was shot in the stomach is recovering in the hospital this morning. Now, they say the shooting happened in a parking lot here on the 500 block of Athletic Way. Now, this is mostly a residential neighborhood, and to kind of put in perspective where we are, we're about a block away from the Prairie Athletic Club just off Highway 151. Now, police believe this was a targeted shooting, but no one is in custody at this time. Police arrived to the scene just after 9:15 last night, where they spent the night speaking with witnesses. They now believe 3 men wearing masks were involved. Witnesses tell police 2 of the men drove away in a car after the shooting, and the 3rd man ran away. And police are still investigating this morning. They ask anyone with any kind of information to give them a call. We'll keep you updated all morning today, as well as on Channel3000.com. Leah and Josh.
All right, Madeline O'Neill reporting for us. Thank you, Maddie. In other news this morning, a 17-year-old accused of killing his grandparents is expected in court today. Alexander Krause, a junior at Neenah High School, now faces possible charges of first-degree intentional homicide. Grand Chute police found the bodies of 74-year-old Dennis Krause and 73-year-old Lena Krause late Sunday morning at their home. That's where Krause was later arrested. Police say he acknowledged shooting his grandparents and that he had also had plans to cause harm at his school. He'll be in court at 3 this afternoon.
Into the Channel 3000 Alert Center this morning, the billionaires behind many of France's top luxury brands have pledged almost $340 million to help reconstruct Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral after it caught fire. The donation comes from the parent company of Louis Vuitton and Christian Dior and the owner of Gucci. They released statements that the donation is, quote, in solidarity with the national tragedy and that everyone wishes to give back to this jewel of our heritage. The cathedral is still standing this morning, but much of it has been damaged or destroyed. It took nearly 9 hours to get the fire under control, but firefighters were able to salvage the cathedral's walls and 2 main towers. Some of the artwork inside was also able to be removed. That fire happened close to closing time and no one was killed, but 1 firefighter was seriously injured. Right now, the fire is being investigated as an accident that may have been related to renovation work.
So hard to see that video. A group of Sun Prairie high schoolers are actually visiting Paris right now. This is a photo sent to News 3 Now by a parent of one of those students, showing the smoke from quite a ways away. A district spokesperson says all of those students are safe. The teens were able to tour the iconic landmark on Sunday. And over on our Facebook page right now, people have been sharing their own memories, photos, and trips to the Notre Dame Cathedral. More than 110 people have shared theirs so far. To read them or to share your own memory, just search Channel 3000 on Facebook.
More local news now. By this afternoon, there will be a new mayor in Madison. Earlier this month, Satya Rhodes-Conaway won nearly 62% of the vote, beating longtime Mayor Paul Soglin. In a News 3 Now exclusive, Soglin told our Keely Arthur he won't run for public office again, but still plans on staying in Madison and working to improve the city.
Well, I lost the election, and I shouldn't get in the way of the new mayor, new city council, and I'm sure, I hope that, whatever skills I've got, what I've learned, I can share and share somewhere.
Despite earlier reports that he would be absent today, Soglin says he does plan to attend Rhodes-Conaway's inauguration. You can watch Keely's full interview with the mayor on the Channel 3000 mobile app. Rhodes-Conaway will join new members of the Common Council to take their oaths at the start of their meeting today. With 9 new alders, almost half of the city's Common Council will be turning over after the ceremony this afternoon. Mayor Soglin will be there for the inauguration, but says he does not plan on staying for the full event. The swearing-in ceremony will start at noon after the outgoing members of the council are recognized.
Madison is officially home to a new pro soccer team. Tonight, Forward Madison FC is playing for the first time downtown. About $3 million in new upgrades to Breese-Stevens Field are still in the process of being completed. The soccer club's chief operating officer believes home games will draw crowds and help out businesses in a neighborhood he's happy to be a part of.
There's so much happening in this neighborhood, and if you were to pick a location where you wanted to put a soccer stadium in the city of Madison or around Madison, this would probably be the right location based on the demographics and the energy and just the development happening right now. And so our hope is that we can just add to all the great things that are happening in this neighborhood.
The team has been practicing on this field, but they're looking forward to getting out and actually playing tonight at 7. It's a friendly exhibition game against UW-Madison's soccer team. Opening day is April 27th.
If you're driving to Milwaukee to watch the Brewers take on the Cardinals tonight, be aware more state patrol troopers will be out. The 24-hour Blue Day initiative is happening across 8 southeastern Wisconsin counties, including Jefferson, Waukesha, and Milwaukee. They'll be on the lookout for speeders, impaired or distracted drivers, and people who aren't moving over for emergency vehicles. The Brewers are back in the swing of things after losing 4 of 6 on the road. Back home at Miller Park last night, things started off with the crew down 2 runs to the Cardinals, but that didn't last long. In the second inning, Mike Moustakas hits his 6th home run of the season, and later Freddie Peralta hits it up the middle to send to Ben Gamble. And then Christian Yelich hits a 3-run homer. And in the 6th, another 3-run homer. Brewers win 10-7. First pitch for Game 2 is tonight at 6:40.
Are you a Brewers fan?
I mean, I grew up in Minnesota, so.
Not
but I'm kind of like an
totally
adopted
sold.
Brewers fan. I was at Miller Park last fall, and it's a good time. So
We're putting that on your bucket list.
there you go.
Okay, 6:08 your time now. A new proposal is hoping to help prevent newborn deaths. We'll share how lawmakers say drop-off stations at hospitals and fire departments could make a big difference.
And finally, the nasty winter weather looks to be behind us. Hattie says temperatures will reach the mid-60s today. She'll let us know when to have that umbrella handy for some showers and thunderstorms. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning from the Hattie-O patio. Don't need the umbrella right now, but we have had some rain move through the Madison area. Let's take a look at the radar map right now, and you can see exactly where it is raining. That rain is just north and west of Madison right now as you head up towards the Dells and through Sauk County this morning. The rain continues to track through the region from west to east, gradually though that lifting to the north. We'll zoom the map out a little bit and you can see what's happening further back to the west. Looks like all those showers across southern Minnesota and Iowa are diminishing. So the rain is not going to last very long today, confined just to the morning hours. Tomorrow, though, is a different story. Showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast all day tomorrow, and there's a marginal risk for severe weather as a warm front lifts into the area. Now, the higher risk for severe weather is to the south and west, but we may see some strong to severe thunderstorms here. Alert days have been added to the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. This will be a rather slow-moving storm system, although it looks like the greatest threat for severe weather for us would be on Wednesday. Heavy rain is also possible. It's going to be on and off rain through most of the week. Lots of April showers in the forecast. GFS Future Track showing you, though, that the rain this morning comes to an end for us and actually turns pretty nice in the afternoon with temperatures getting into the 60s. By this time tomorrow, though, we'll likely see some showers and thunderstorms developing for the area and then continuing on and off through the day on Wednesday. On Thursday, there's still at risk for some rain in the area before things quiet down on Friday. But here's a look at total precipitation this week. Could be more than an inch in some locations, and we don't need that much rain right now. The ground's still pretty saturated from the snow and recent rain. So again, up to another inch, maybe inch and a quarter in some spots. Temperatures early this morning across the state. Boy, there's quite a contrast. You can definitely see how far north that warm air made it. 40s for southern Wisconsin, 20s and 30s for the north. Here's a closer look at our viewing area. 46 in the Dells, 49 in Boscobel, 44 in Platteville, and 47 here in Madison. Winds are pretty light from the south-southeast this morning. Wind won't be a huge factor today, but watch what Future Track does as we head towards the afternoon. Temperatures warm quite a bit, and we even see those clouds break up for a short time as temperatures climb into the mid to upper 60s. Clouds quickly fill back in, though, for tonight, and by tomorrow morning, it's going to be a wet start to the day with some showers and thunderstorms possible as you head to work and school. Your extended forecast has highs close to 60 degrees through Thursday, a little bit cooler on Friday with a high of 53. Not bad for the weekend. I did have to add a chance for rain into the forecast, but not until late on Sunday. Looks pretty mild for Sunday with highs in the upper 60s. It's time for your First Alert traffic update with Josh Tim. Good morning, Josh.
Yeah, good morning. Dealing with some wet roads here in the Madison area, but so far not causing any issues on the Beltline yet in either direction. There is a heads up, though. Highway 11 near Janesville is closed between County Highway G and Highway 51. That's because of a crash. You will want to take a different route this morning. Roads here in Dane County not looking too bad, though. Some of the usual brake lights on. Verona Road approaching the Beltline. Things are moving well downtown around campus. Volume should start to pick up over the next hour or so. And other main routes heading into Madison, they're moving at the posted speeds with no crashes or issues. Your First Alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
All right. Thank you, Hattie. Thank you, Josh. 1 week after a newborn in Wood County died after being found in a car in a plastic bag, one legislator is hoping to give parents another option to give up their children without causing any harm. The new proposal would be part of Wisconsin's safe haven law. That allows a new parent to bring a baby to a hospital or a fire station within 72 hours of birth with no risk of criminal prosecution. This bill would allow those facilities to install baby boxes where a baby could be abandoned safely. Republican Representative Dale Koyenga is drafting that bill and says the recent newborn death could have been prevented. Madison police and firefighters say the safe haven law exists for a reason. And while they can't remember a time when an infant was given up under that law in this city, they're always ready.
New parents get put in positions, and even old parents, that they just can't support or care for a newborn. So the safe haven law really gives them a safe option to take care of a newborn.
The boxes would be equipped with heating, cooling, and a silent alarm that notifies first responders within 30 seconds of a baby being put inside. Baby boxes have already been installed in states like Indiana, Ohio, and Arizona.
There's an opportunity for you to meet with local groups and legislators today about the state of equality in our community. Organizers say it's a chance for you to share your stories and strategize with other equality-minded people, including the LGBTQ and allied Wisconsinites. The day will bring activities and meetings with legislators. It goes from 9:30 to 4 at both First United Methodist Church and the state capitol. Registration is free, but RSVP is required. They are asking for donations to help pay for lunch.
All right, folks, it is April in Wisconsin, so now that the snow has cleared out, we can expect some showers this week. Chris Reese is keeping an eye on the chance for severe weather as well across the Midwest.
And it's a good day for that conversation because there are chances for thunderstorms in the forecast. Hattie will have those details coming up on News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning from the News 3 Now First Alert Weather Center. We're starting with clouds. Take a look behind me, the WISC-TV Skycam showing you pretty thick cloud cover across southern Wisconsin this morning. We have had some rain as well. Right now it's dry on the west side of town, but north of Madison, pretty wet as you head up the interstate towards the Dells. These showers will continue to track from west to east through the area and come to an end by mid-morning. If you're just waking up, the kids getting them ready for school, it is going to be warmer today. Temperatures are running about 15 to 25 degrees warmer this morning than they were this time yesterday. Here are the actual numbers. 46 in the Dells, 46 as well in Mineral Point and Janesville, 47 here in Madison. Your bus stop weather forecast does call for quite a few clouds today, but there may be a few peaks of sunshine this afternoon. High temperatures will be warmer, hitting in the mid-60s. Have a wonderful day.
All right, Hattie, thank you. And from those snowflakes flying last week to severe weather, welcome to April in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we should be used to it,
Yes, we should be. Chris Reese is taking a look at all of that for us this morning. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning, guys. One of the things we, of course, have to focus on are the severe weather ingredients that come together to form that potential severe weather risk. And so we start with energy or instability to fuel those thunderstorms. And this is Tuesday afternoon. Watch how that energy begins to build across the nation's midsection. Now, as we move this from Tuesday and into Wednesday, a lot of that is going to begin to build towards the Mississippi River Valley as a region of low pressure starts to work its way northward through the plains as well. Some of that energy works its way into southern Wisconsin, though the greatest energy is going to be back towards the south and west. So check, we have the energy. The next thing we're going to need is moisture, and there is plenty of that, folks, being driven all the way up from the Gulf of Mexico. This yellow line that you see across Texas, that's known as the dry line, where dry air runs into the moist air that fuels thunderstorms across the Lone Star State as well. But again, plenty of moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico to help provide the moisture needed for these thunderstorms. And then the next thing we're going to look for is something known as wind shear. Notice these winds at the ground level coming out of the south and east near Texas. Well, as we plot the upper level jet stream over that, you'll see these winds coming out of the south and west. That turning in wind direction as the air rises is what we call wind shear. This is what helps produce tornadoes. And so your tornado development will likely be greatest across Texas. Here in Wisconsin, we don't have as much wind shear, but what we do have still is the moisture and the instability. So that's why we do have that marginal risk for severe weather. And then as you work your way south, that severe weather threat is going to be greatest, which oddly enough, that shapes up very well with where we normally see tornadoes for the month of April. That greatest risk is throughout parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and into northern Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. By May, that begins to work its way over towards traditional tornado alley, and then into June, that's when we see that greatest threat for tornadoes in Wisconsin, which of course is typically our peak month for tornado reports as we go throughout the year. So it's still April, but severe weather season is getting started, folks. I'm sure this is the first of what could be numerous chances for severe storms coming our way this summer.
Right around the corner. We are never letting you be bored here in Wisconsin.
No, from the first year that I've lived in Wisconsin, I have seen some of the most extreme weather out of my entire life. I'll tell you that much.
And when you flip the switch just like that, right? You just never know what to expect.
So we are fresh on our toes in the weather department. I'll tell you that much. Staying busy.
We certainly appreciate it too.
Absolutely, my pleasure. So enjoy the quiet weather per se.
Quiet.
Yeah, quiet, even though it's raining out there.
All right, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
It is just about 6:24 this morning, and we are about a month away from the state Supreme Court taking up a case challenging Wisconsin's lame duck laws. We'll have an update on that case coming up.
And today's the day you can finally check out Madison's first professional soccer team in action. More local news is ahead on News 3 Now this morning.
The new Madison mayor will officially take her place tonight in front of the Common Council that's also welcoming 9 new alders.
A man is recovering after being shot here in Sun Prairie. We'll have an update on the search for the shooters.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for staying with News 3 Now this morning on this Tuesday, April 16th. You saw Maddie out there with the umbrella this morning, a few showers, but hey, it's actually kind of nice out right now. It's hard to say that after yesterday when we were like in the 20s.
We're talking about temperatures that are going to get into the mid-60s today. Hattie, I am looking forward to that.
We are, and I don't need the umbrella here on the west side of town, so it's not raining everywhere this morning, but there is a chance for a few showers. Let's take a look at our Queen Bee Radio Sky Cam in Platteville. You can see that there are a few breaks in the cloud cover already in Platteville, so we may see a little bit of sunshine today. I'll be honest, the cloud cover forecast is going to be rather tricky with a front moving into the region. Take a look at Doppler track this morning and you'll see that there are a few showers, mainly from Madison and points to the north. They'll continue to lift to the north and track east through the rest of the morning. These showers are not going to last too long. By 9 o'clock, most areas should be dry. Now, our temperatures early today are quite mild. We've been holding steady at 47 all morning here in Madison, 44 in Platteville, 47 in Boscobel, even 48 in Lone Rock this morning. This time yesterday, temperatures were in the low 20s in many spots, so it is significantly warmer. We're headed to highs in the mid-60s this afternoon. Looks like our winds should stay pretty light. And again, the risk for rain is confined to mainly the early morning hours. Now let's get a look at your first alert traffic maps this morning. We've been following an accident near Janesville all morning long. It has occurred earlier on Highway 11 and has both lanes of the westbound side of that highway closed between County Road G and US 51. So you'll need to find a different different route if that is your normal commute. Otherwise, here in Madison, we're starting to see some brake lights on Stoughton Road as you approach the Beltline and getting a little busier as well on the Verona Road interchange with the Beltline. Otherwise, no major accidents to report. Looks like you're still going at posted speeds heading into the capital city.
Boy, Hattie, Chris and I, or Josh and I, rather, are so impressed with how warm it is outside right now. It's almost the same high as what we saw yesterday, and it's 6:30.
That's true, yeah. I'll take the milder temperatures. It definitely feels pretty nice outside.
We'll take it. Thank you, Hattie.
You're welcome.
All right, 6:29 right now. Sun Prairie police are searching for 3 masked men believed to be involved in a shooting overnight. Madeline O'Neill joins us live on the north side with what we're learning.
Hi, Josh and Leah. Yeah, police say the shooting happened here on the 500 block of Athletic Way in a parking lot. And to kind of give you an idea where we are, Prairie Athletic Club is just about a block away. We're right off Highway 151. This is just a cul-de-sac in a residential neighborhood on the city's north side. Police say a 45-year-old man is stable in the hospital after being shot in the stomach. They don't believe it was a targeted shooting, but no one is in custody at this time. Police arrived here just after 9:15 last night, where they spent the night talking with witnesses. They now believe 3 men wearing masks were involved. Witnesses tell police 2 of the men drove away in a car after the shooting, and the 3rd man ran away. Police are still investigating this morning. They ask anyone who knows anything to give them a call. And of course, we'll keep you updated this morning on the show as well as on Channel3000.com. Josh and Leah.
All right, Madeline O'Neill reporting live for us in Sun Prairie this morning. Maddie, thank you.
6:31 your time now. Madison East High families are asking some questions about school safety after an alleged sexual assault happened there last week. 2 15-year-old boys were arrested after a 15-year-old girl told the school's resource officer they had sexually assaulted her in a bathroom after school last Wednesday. Both boys are facing tentative charges of second-degree sexual assault of a child. We do know there were 2 security guards on campus at the time of that incident. There is security in that building until 8 o'clock, 6 guards taking shifts all day, along with a resource officer on hand. The school district says it does not have any plans right now to change its procedures. The Rape Crisis Center has offered counseling for that high school.
To the nation's capital now, where the Justice Department will release a redacted version of the Mueller report on Thursday. Last month, Attorney General William Barr said the special counsel determined that no one in the Trump campaign colluded with Russia. While Mueller made no decision as to whether President Trump obstructed justice, Barr said there wasn't enough evidence to charge the president with a crime. Breaking news into the Channel 3000 Alert Center this morning. The head of Foxconn Technology Group says he's planning to step away from day-to-day operations. Terry Gao says he's considering a run for president of Taiwan. He told Taiwan's central news agency he'd make the official decision in a day or two. He would run under the Nationalist Party, which favors closer ties with Beijing, a move that's in line with Gao's business interests in China. The company is working on a massive plant in Racine County and just announced last week they're opening an innovation center in downtown Madison. More local news now. Madison will officially have a new mayor this afternoon. Satya Rhodes Conway will be sworn in later today. She defeated longtime incumbent Paul Soglin earlier this month with nearly 62% of the vote. She will be the city's first openly gay mayor as well. Today's inaugural ceremony is taking place at noon at the City County building downtown. 9 new alders, almost half of the city's common council, will also be sworn in.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court is taking up a case that challenges Wisconsin's lame duck laws. A Dane County judge initially struck down the laws passed by the Republican-controlled legislature limiting Governor Evers and Attorney General Josh Kaul's powers. But an appeals court sided with Republicans and blocked that ruling. The state Supreme Court says in an order late last night that it will hold oral arguments on that case starting May 15th. Meanwhile, the governor is creating a task force to investigate ways to crack down on businesses that misclassify workers and conduct payroll fraud. Governor Evers signed an executive order yesterday at a training site for carpenters here in Madison. Over the last 3 years, audits by the state's Department of Workforce Development found more than 5,800 workers were misclassified. That resulted in underreported wages of nearly $70 million.
Just about 6:34 this morning, a Madison man is out thousands of dollars after a branch from a rotting city tree fell on his car. The city says it won't help him out.
I mean, if it was on my property and the tree fell, I'd be responsible for it. I mean, it's on their property and the tree fell, so they're responsible for it.
Mark Marion says he parked his car on Adams Street, and when he returned, city crews were cleaning up a branch that had fallen on the hood of his car. That branch was from a tree owned by the city, but the city's insurance agency says they're not responsible because they didn't know the tree was rotting. Mark is a PhD candidate at the UW and says he doesn't have the money to fix his car. The city said they've also had 6 other claims like this in the last year, and they haven't paid for any of those either.
Madison families will soon have the chance to catch a local pro soccer team for their first time. Forward Madison FC plays their first exhibition game at Breese-Stevens Field tonight. Seating and concessions will be limited, but fans will have a good chance to scope out the field. The soccer club's chief operating officer says the goal this season is to have a team strongly rooted in the community, and that games like the one tonight will be family-friendly and hopefully inspiring.
We want the soccer players, the youth soccer players of today, to have something that they can look forward to in the future, and a goal for them that they stick with it, they put their heart and soul into it. Eventually one day they can be playing pro soccer in their hometown community of Madison.
The team is also connecting with youth clubs in the area. They've had 2 close losses on the roads and will have 1 more away game before their first official division game here at home on April 27th. Tickets for tonight are $15 online and at the gate.
This is fun. I feel like soccer is really taking off. Like, I feel like there wasn't that much of a big deal like when I was a kid, but now it's like it's everywhere and everyone's kind of trying to get into it.
And this part of town is really taking off. That's going to be great for that Breese-Stevens neighborhood.
Really exciting. All right, well, another exciting thing. Thousands of cheese industry leaders are heading into Madison for discussion on the latest technology, new products, and marketing.
You'll know where you're going to find me today. If you're looking for a new way to bring home the cheddar, pun intended.
Yes.
Laugh, Josh. We'll share how you could land a new job at that event when News 3 Now This Morning returns.
So cheesy. Welcome back at 6:39 and time for hashtag My Morning. And James posted this on Facebook of Shorewood Hills. A crocus, is that what Hattie says it was?
Yeah, Hattie said it's a crocus.
Crocus. So this is the crocus. I know last hour we were trying to figure out what it was. It's a beautiful shot there. We're gonna have a lot of more of these, I think, in the coming weeks with all of the mild temperatures, the rain.
Can you tell Josh and I are not gardeners? We didn't know what a crocus was.
So hey, it's beautiful. That's all I know.
Yeah,
that's all that
it is
matters, I
gorgeous.
guess. Just
Thanks
like
so
our
much.
warmer temperatures.
Yeah, thanks so much for sharing, James. What does your morning look like? Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning. So James, send more pictures like this on to Facebook and Twitter. Josh, Danica, Chris, Hattie, and I, we all like to share these pictures right here on the program. All right, speaking of beauties, we are getting a first look at Aston Martin's first electric car this morning. The four-door Rapid E was unveiled at the Shanghai Motor Show. If you're interested and have an extra $330,000 lying around, well, you're going to need to hurry. Only 155 of them will be made.
You can now buy Samsung's foldable phone. The Galaxy Fold, the 4.6-inch smartphone, can open up into a 7.3-inch tablet. You can also pre-order the nearly $2,000 smartphone from AT&T now. T-Mobile will start selling it in stores and online on April 26th. I don't know how I feel about that.
Technology these days.
Like
it's fascinating.
I can't even believe that's possible, but.
Very interesting, very impressive. All right, 6:40 your time now. We all know Wisconsinites love their cheese, so why not look for a job around what you love?
There you go. Today, the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association is looking for people interested in the dairy processing industry and take it to the next level. You can meet with some of the area's top industry leaders and learn more about what's available out there right now. Jobs include anything from quality assurance to packaging and sales and marketing, to name a few. The job fair is open from 3 to 5 this afternoon at the Alliant Energy Center. If there's ever any taste testing jobs, you know, Lee and I are there. So.
I was just gonna say that. Sorry, Josh, I would leave in a heartbeat for that gig.
Yes,
Ooh,
we're feeling
tasty.
cheddar about that.
Cheesy.
Yes.
6:41 your time now. We're in for some really nice temperatures over the next couple of days. We're seeing 50s, even 60s that are going to want to make you get outside. But pack the umbrella. Hattie's breaking down the chance for showers and thunderstorms coming up on News 3 Now this morning. Welcome back. Some good news trending online this morning. The Green Bay K-9 officer who was stabbed multiple times by a suspect is back home this morning.
K-9 Pyro still has a long road to recovery ahead, but he passed a major hurdle when he was allowed to go home to his family. They didn't have a big celebration because he still needs to be kept calm while he's healing. In a statement, the Green Bay Police Department said they've been stunned and overwhelmed by the number of people who have made donations to his medical bills, written cards, or shared treats. Oh, that just makes me so warm and fuzzy inside.
So good to hear. Oh, good for Pyro. All right, another puppy story going viral online this morning. You may have seen this picture on social media already of Lola and Libby Laboda asking Christian Yelich to hit a home run during the first Brewers home game so their dad would buy them a puppy. Well, the MVP delivered on the home run, and after Dad picked up the mini golden doodle puppy, Yelich got to introduce him to the family.
Aww.
That's so sweet. 6-year-old Lola, by the way, was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 2.5 years ago. She needs a response dog to monitor her blood sugar levels. Those dogs cost more than $10,000. The family is naming him Yelly. I love
Oh my
that.
gosh, I can't even.
What a cutie.
All right, well, we're all about the puppies and the crocus this morning. Hattie, good morning.
Nice, Josh, you remembered. We should start to see some more of those spring bulbs popping up across southern Wisconsin with these showers and warmer temperatures in our forecast. Live look behind me, you see a little bit of a hole in the cloud above the Capitol Dome, so not totally, completely cloudy just yet, but we will see plenty of clouds in the area today. Alert days are in the forecast as well. For Wednesday, there is a risk for a few severe thunderstorms, some heavy rain possible as well, and that risk for thunderstorms continues into Thursday. So Wednesday and Thursday are alert days for southern Wisconsin. Let's talk about that severe weather threat on Wednesday. It's a marginal risk for the southern part of the state. I'd say the southwestern third of Wisconsin. The higher risk for severe weather is well to our south and west, but a few storms may reach severe limits here across southern Wisconsin. It is going to be quite wet through the day tomorrow. Take a look at the probability of precipitation. It's rather high through the morning, right into the afternoon. So it's going to be kind of a wet day for the area. Here's a look at total precipitation, considering what is falling this morning and through Friday morning. We could see anywhere from 1/2 to 1.25 inches of rain across southern Wisconsin. So that will, again, may cause some problems with some flooding. The ground is pretty saturated right now, so a lot of that water will run off. Here's a live look from the WISC-TV Skycam here on the west side of town, looking towards the east. Again, a little bit of a hole in the cloud cover developing. That's encouraging this morning. Not as much sun as yesterday, though, in the forecast today. We're definitely warmer this morning. Take a look at those temperatures. 47 here in Madison, 46 in Janesville. Mineral Point and Platteville are at 45 degrees. Yesterday at this time, we were in the low 30s. So here's a look at your future track forecast model. By 9 o'clock this morning, the rain is moving out of the area, so these showers are not going to last that long this morning. Take a look then as we head towards the afternoon. Future Track actually tries to clear us out a little bit as temperatures climb into the 60s, 65 for the high later on today here in Madison. Clouds, though, quickly filling in as we go through the evening and overnight hours, and by this time tomorrow, look for some showers and thunderstorms to begin to develop to our south and west and then lift north through the day. So there will be quite a bit of rain in the forecast on Wednesday. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We have highs near 60 with those alert days in the area Wednesday and Thursday. A little bit cooler on Friday, but we should dry out. The weekend right now looking pretty nice. Had a chance for rain back on Sunday, but not until late in the day. Pretty warm with highs near 70 degrees. Look at Rocky and Sasha in Middleton Hills. Those look like custom-made caps,
Ooh,
I feel.
Somebody's ready for the rain.
Yeah, they're looking very festive.
I love it. And check out the flower behind us this morning. We're just all about the flowers. We're learning about the crocus. We're
This is
learning
a
about
daffodil, Josh.
daffodil. I know. I didn't say anything. I was waiting for somebody else to say something. But it even
The
matches.
two gardeners over here.
It even matches. You're
It does.
welcome.
Yellow.
Thank you,
yes.
Josh.
Nice
I appreciate
sight.
it.
Look at that.
Ooh, that's
beautiful
beautiful.
shot there.
Thank you, Hattie.
Spring showers bringing May flowers. Well, April flowers already.
Yeah,
There you
these
go.
are some of the first flowers that we've seen, so nice to see the color.
All right, stay with us. The Morning Sprint is up next on News 3 Now this morning. 6:52 right now, time for the morning sprint. It is going to be a nice mild day, but Hattie says you might want to grab the umbrella for later tonight.
But we start with Madeline O'Neill, live in Sun Prairie, where police are investigating a shooting. Maddie?
Police are searching for 3 men who were wearing masks after a shooting here in Sun Prairie last night. They say a 45-year-old man who was shot in the stomach is recovering in the hospital this morning. The shooting happened in a parking lot on the 500 block of Athletic Way on the city's north side at about 9:15 last night. No one is in custody yet, but police say it was likely a targeted shooting. According to witness statements, police believe 3 masked men were involved. 2 drove away after the incident, and 1 man who ran. Sun Prairie police are still investigating this morning and ask anyone with information to give them a call.
Maddie, thank you. A 17-year-old accused of killing his grandparents this weekend is expected in court today. Alexander Krause, a junior at Neenah High School, now faces charges of first-degree intentional homicide. Police say he acknowledged shooting his grandparents and that he also had plans to cause harm at his school. He'll be in court at 3 this afternoon.
Madison East High families are asking questions about school safety after an alleged sexual assault happened there last week. 2 15-year-old boys are facing tentative charges of second-degree sexual assault after a girl told the school's resource officer they sexually assaulted her in a bathroom. We know there were 2 security guards on campus at the time of the incident. The school district says it doesn't have any plans right now to change its procedures.
A somber anniversary today in Virginia. Today marks the 12th anniversary of the Virginia Tech shooting. 32 people died when a 23-year-old student opened fire, then took his own life. A wreath laying and a moment of silence will be held this morning, along with the annual Remembrance Blood Drive.
The billionaires behind many of France's top luxury brands have pledged almost $340 million to help reconstruct Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral after it caught fire. They released statements that the donation is, quote, in solidarity with this national tragedy and that everyone wants to give life back to this jewel of our heritage. Right now, the fire is completely out and being investigated as an accident.
And we've had some showers moving through the area this morning. Right now, the rain lining up along the interstate or north for southern Wisconsin. It will continue to track away from us this morning, lasting just another hour or 2. Temperatures are getting off to a pretty mild start this morning. We're in the 40s and we'll go up from there. Temperatures climb through the 50s by lunchtime into the mid-60s this afternoon.
Thank you, Hattie. By this afternoon, there will be a new mayor here in Madison. Earlier this month, Satya Rhodes-Conway won nearly 62% of the vote, beating longtime Mayor Paul Soglin. She will join 9 new alders, almost half of the city's common council, to take their oaths at the start of today's meeting at noon. Rhodes-Conway will be the city's first openly gay mayor.
Well, I lost the election, and I shouldn't get in the way of the new mayor, new city council, and I'm sure, I hope that, whatever skills I've got, what I've learned, I can share and share somewhere.
Meanwhile, in a News 3 Now exclusive, Paul Soglin tells our Kaylee Arthur he won't run for public office again, but still plans on staying in Madison and working to improve the city. Despite earlier reports that he would be absent today, Soglin says he does plan to attend Rhodes-Conway's inauguration.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court is taking up a case challenging Wisconsin's lame duck laws. A Dane County judge initially struck down those laws passed by the Republican-controlled legislature, limiting Governor Tony Evers and Attorney General Josh Kaul's powers. But an appeals court sided with Republicans and blocked that ruling. Oral arguments will begin on May 15th.
The Justice Department will release a redacted version of the Mueller report on Thursday. Last month, Attorney General William Barr said the special counsel determined that no one in the Trump campaign colluded with Russia. While Mueller made no decision as to whether President Trump obstructed justice, Barr said there wasn't enough evidence to charge the president with a crime.
If you are driving to Milwaukee to watch the Brewers take on the Cardinals tonight, be aware more state patrol troopers will be out. The 24-hour Blue Day initiative is happening across 8 southeastern Wisconsin counties, including Jefferson, Waukesha, and Milwaukee. They'll be on the lookout for speeders, impaired or distracted drivers, and people who aren't moving over for emergency vehicles.
Tonight, forward Madison FC is playing for their first time downtown. About $3 million new upgrades to Breeze Stevens Field are still in the process of being completed. Tonight at 7 is a friendly exhibition game against UW-Madison's soccer team. Tickets are $15 online and at the gate. Opening day is April 27th.
6:56 now. Let's turn it over to Josh Tim with a look at your first alert traffic. Hey, Josh.
Yeah, good morning. Still watching a crash on Highway 11 near Janesville that has everything closed between County Highway G and Highway 51. You will want to take a different route this morning. Westbound Beltline starting to pick up now between Stoughton Road and West Broadway. That's going to add an extra minute to your drive. Usual brake lights starting to show up on inbound John Nolan near Rimrock and Olin Avenue, moving into the downtown area. And other routes heading into Madison, still moving at the posted speeds with no crashes or issues. For your first alert traffic, I'm Josh Tim.
Thank you, Josh.
And we've had some rain this morning. Lots of clouds still lingering for southern Wisconsin. Here's the latest look at the radar map. Again, a few showers, mainly north and northeast of Madison at this hour. The rain will continue to work its way through the area, coming to an end by 9 o'clock or so. After that, we're looking at fairly cloudy skies with high temperatures in the mid-60s. Yesterday, we topped at 57, so warmer today.
Woohoo, good news there. All right, thanks for joining us, everyone. Make it a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.